This is Kip Puterbaugh from the Aviar Golf Academy, and what we're going to look at here is a recent analysis that Peter Kostis had of Webb Simpson hitting this three-quarter wedge. And the key thing for you to listen to as we go through this is that Peter Kostis says there'll be no lateral movement. When tour professionals or teachers talk about lateral motion, they're basically talking about the hips. So what we're going to do is we're going to play the swing with the analysis, and then we'll discuss it after we're done. So here we go.
Use the cock and also biz out swings as you can. Take a look at this swing. It's beautifully executed. He's very quiet with the hands going back. Sets the angle relatively late. But then what he does is he really keeps accelerating going forward. There'll be no lateral movement. Watch the left hip, the left knee, the left leg. It'll straighten up and he'll rotate the club back in front of him and keep that acceleration going down and through the golf ball. And the arms, look at the extension of the arms past the body. Absolutely wonderful execution.
Okay, so he said there's going to be no lateral movement. So what we're going to do is draw a line on his left hip, and we're going to play the swing forward. I'll kind of speed it up to get through the backswing. And now we'll watch. So when we're going through transition from backswing to downswing, the first thing you notice is a lateral bump of weight in Webb Simpson's swing. It goes from this position, the weight shifts laterally, and then his hips will start to turn, as Peter mentioned. So as he gets to the impact position, he's basically a whole leg forward of where he is at the top of the backswing. So I am really having a hard time understanding what Peter Kostis means by no lateral movement. I will mention that in a prior review years ago of Nick Price's golf swing, Peter made the comment that when he started his downswing, he was referring to Nick Price's having a lateral movement with his left hip. He made this following statement: Nick Price has a fault found in many great players. Now that one really floored me. He's noting that he has lateral motion, and he says that it's a fault found in many great players. Well, I'm having a hard time understanding that. To me, that would be saying, gee, maybe it's not a fault. So just for the fun of it, for educational value, we're to go through some old-time swings. Let's take a Ben Hogan, and we'll take his swing and we'll go to the top of his backswing, and we'll note where his hips are at the top, and we'll note what he does. So I guess Ben Hogan's in that group that's got a lateral weight shift, and we'll go back to a couple other players that might be interesting. This is Jack Nicklaus. So if we get up to the top of his backswing, we just mark his left hip. You'll notice the lady that's basically sitting down. So maybe, I guess Nicklaus is in that group of great players that has a lateral weight shift. So if he's not talking about Nicklaus or Hogan, maybe he's talking about a current player. So maybe he's wanting to talk about somebody like a Roy McIlroy that would get up to the top and not have this fault that he expresses. So we'll mark Roy McIlroy's hip, and we'll note what he does. He moves his weight laterally, starting his downswing. Maybe he wants to discuss Yanni Singh, who's obviously done very well on the LPGA Tour. So we see mark her left hip. So let's watch what Yanni does. And maybe we want to go to Dustin Johnson. We'll watch Dustin Johnson wind it up to the top of his backswing. If I can get the computer to work. And here's Dustin Johnson starting his downswing. So couple other ones might be interesting. John Huh, young rookie, made $2.3 million so far. This is extreme lateral, okay? So if we can get John Huh started down, that is really lateral. So maybe that's a fault he has when he's making $2.3 million. And then I'm going to put another one that has a tremendous amount of lateral, is Freddie Couples. So if we take Freddie, mark where his hip is at the start down. So my question is, what does Peter Kostis mean by lateral? I hope that you had fun watching this video, and good luck with your golf games.